Are you a victim of a narcissist triangulation? By the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what's going on, what phrases that narcissist uses in order to line up those flying monkeys and triangulate. Hi, I'm REBECCAZUNG, top 1% attorney and the best-selling author of the books Negotiate Like You Matter and Breaking Free, a step-by-step divorce guide. And I've helped thousands of people go from lives of drama, trauma, and chaos to step into lives of freedom, possibility, and purpose. And I do the same thing for you right here on my channel and in these videos. So make sure you subscribe and you hit that notification bell. And that way you'll get notified when I upload new videos and I go live and I do all the cool things that I do on this channel to help you escape these narcissistic relationships. So now let's talk about triangulation and flying monkeys. If you don't know what a flying monkey is, it is a person that is being used against you by that narcissist. And they may not even know that they're being used as a flying monkey, or sometimes maybe they know that they're being lined up against you, but sometimes they don't even realize that that's what's going on. And if you want to know more about flying monkeys, you should definitely check out my video on flying monkeys. But it comes from the Wizard of Oz, where the Wicked Witch had flying monkeys, and these flying monkeys would kind of do her dirty work and go along with whatever it was that she wanted to do. They were just there kind of hanging out and being used against people, Dorothy and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion, to scare them and also to intimidate. They were kind of scary looking, weird creatures, right? So that's what a flying monkey is. And the triangulation is part of what a narcissist uses to manipulate, punish, and control you. And definitely check out my video on what tactics they use for manipulation and control to learn more about what all of the ones are that they use. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, especially during the discard phase, then flying monkeys are going to start getting lined up. But they start lining up the flying monkeys even while you're in a relationship with them. Both of the narcissists that I had to deal with were doing that. And it was one of those things when it was happening to me that I could feel that these narcissists were talking about me to people they thought would, hurt me, or that it would be especially powerful to have them be against me in some way. And I could feel it, but I didn't know exactly what was going on. I certainly didn't have the terminology of flying monkey or triangulation or even narcissism. I didn't even know that these people were narcissists yet. At that point, I was really more just like, this doesn't feel right. Something's going on here. Something is wrong. I feel like these people don't like me, or they're lining up to be with these people. So I wasn't really sure what was going on. But here's the kind of phrases. There are certain kinds of phrases that the narcissists use in order to triangulate. One of the phrases that they use to you: everyone thinks, everyone else believes that you are an alcoholic. Everyone knows how difficult you are. Everyone knows how great I am. Everyone thinks that I am successful. Everyone else believes that I'm a great dad or a great mom. But you're the only one who doesn't think that. Everyone knows how I've built this business and how great I am to work for. You're the only one who has the problem. So kind of the flip of everyone thinks is you're the only one. And that's one of the ways that they start triangulating. And this is where I say that these are people who aren't, they don't even know that they're being used as flying monkeys. but it's a term meant to gaslight you, trying to make you think that you're crazy, is that everyone thinks you're the only one that thinks that. The second one is always. So they go and they tell people, she always says this about me, or she's always drinking too much. He's always late for picking up the children. Always. So they use words like always to make it seem like it's just a constant thing. And, you know, these are things that might have happened once. I mean, there might have been one time where you were late, either to work or to picking up the kids or whatever. And now this person is going to characterize this as this always is happening to other people. They'll say that sort of thing. So basically what's happening when they are trying to triangulate is they are trying to get this person to give them credibility, to give them validity, and also make you feel bad. So it's kind of like a double thing that they get out of this is they get this credibility, which bolsters their ego, which feeds their narcissistic supply. And coupled with it also makes you feel intimidated, makes you feel bad, hurts you in some way, makes you think that you're crazy and you're the only one, or makes you think that all these people are lining up against you and everyone is you know, on their side and not on your side, or especially people that mean something to you. And if you have seen this and you have been a victim of this and you know that this is not okay, give me a not okay in the comments. So the next one that they use is even. And how they use even is like, even the worst person in the world knows that fill in the blank. Even my crazy ex never acted as bad as you. Even your mother doesn't like you. Even the people on the street were looking at you and seeing how unhinged you were. Even the drunkest people at the party saw how your behavior was so bad. You know, things like that. So even is another way that they start to triangulate. And they might even say it to other people, you know, like as they're talking bad about you, even that, you know, the neighbors saw that or heard them screaming or heard him or her doing something or whatever. So these are the types of evens that they'll use to for other people to try to line those people up against you and make you feel like, you know, even the biggest scum of the earth is seeing you and judging you or is better than you in some way. So the flip side of all of these words can also be used as well. So, you know, every time or always can always be never. And no one thinks instead of everyone thinks. The idea is really just to try to make you feel like you're on an island alone, that no one else thinks the way you think, that everyone else believes that the other person is wonderful. You're never going to get anywhere. You shouldn't even bother to try. It's also to try to make you feel jealous, make you feel small, make you feel controlled by this person, intimidated by this person. They get everybody thinking that they're wonderful, and the flip side of you feeling terrible and intimidated or jealous, or like everyone thinks badly of you in some way and thinks wonderful of the other person in some way. So they'll use whatever they need to, especially with people that they think will be extremely hurtful to you, like maybe your family or other people that you work with, or people who are close to you. Anybody who they think that they're, you know, they're really, really good at finding the weak spots, the people who might fall for what it is that you're going to say. one of the things that I noticed when I was dealing with a family member who's a narcissist is that this person would go up to the other person and act like the victim. Like, oh, I've tried so hard, and, they're just not kind to me. They're not good to me. And then the other person would come back to me and my husband and say, oh, maybe you could try harder, or maybe you could give this person another chance, or, because obviously that person who's now become a flying monkey has no idea what the history of the relationship was, or the kinds of things that had been done. They only know the sad story, the victim story. Covert narcissists are especially great at this. This is why I really just have a massive disdain for covert narcissists. If you want to know more about covert narcissists, check out my video on covert narcissism in relationships. I go into much, much deeper information about that. But they're especially good at playing the victim. And, this person who is much more powerful than me was able to take advantage of me, and it's not fair, and life isn't fair. And so that's another way that narcissists use as a method of triangulation. So if you are dealing with a narcissist and you are getting ready to negotiate with one, make sure to grab my free Crush My Negotiation prep worksheet. You can just get it at winmynegotiation.com. And if you like this video, make sure to give me a like. And if you know anybody who is dealing with a narcissist also, and dealing with triangulation, and dealing with flying monkeys, and all of these abuse tactics that narcissists are using, make sure to share this video, give it a share, and drop me a comment. Go ahead and do that now. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure to do that now. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you're dealing with a narcissist and you're feeling isolated and alone, and you want to connect with others who are also dealing with narcissists, make sure to come join me in my free private Facebook group. It's called Narcissist Negotiators with REBECCAZUNG. And we'll drop links to all this stuff below as well. I'm so glad that you stopped by today and watched this video. Remember, today's a great day to start negotiating your best life. I will see you in the next video.